I said I was going to go back to sleep, and I cannot. So here I am, Queen Common Sense coming back again from the Chi Town, hold it down. I had to bring this one as well because I'm big on respect and consideration. And I just had a little short talk with my son, my second oldest, who is high functioning autistic, right? And the disrespect is astounding when I see these reality shows and just out and about among people in general. You know, yesterday I was working with my puppy Apollo on obedience because his recall is very shoddy. He does not like to come back to me off the leash. And a couple of weeks ago, he ran out into moving traffic, scared me to death. I screamed so much I lost my voice. And I started working real specifically on recall and not approaching strangers because everybody doesn't like animals, right? Everybody doesn't like dogs. And then he is one of the so-called dangerous breeds. He's a blue-nosed pit. So, you know, people start to freak out when they see that massive head and all those teeth. And I was working with him. And I don't always put his vest on him and all that because, you know, I want it to be natural, you know, but at the same time, I want people to understand that there is a boundary. When you see someone focusing on something, whether it's on the phone, working with their animal, their children, working on a car, sitting there minding their own business, staring at the sky, show some respect. And the area I live in, unfortunately, you know, they don't recognize personal boundaries because it's predominantly clear folk. And of course, as you know, there are a lot of those people who feel they are entitled to our attention, whether we want to give it to them or not. It's very disrespectful. So, being an empath, that grinds my gears. But I do have a lot of graciousness and respect for myself, so I don't really pop off like I could or maybe sometimes should. But I'm big on respect. And I have been bumping into a lot of empathic people. And I recognize it right away. But at the same time, you know, on the other side of that coin, you know, it's really difficult for me to cultivate and release certain types of disrespect. Okay. And this is just a little, you know, heads up on when someone disrespects an empathic person. Do I think I'm above everybody else? No. Do I think I deserve different preferential treatment? No. But I do expect the same consideration that I give. If I mind my own business when I see you walking down the street and I don't bother you, return the favor. If I'm sitting somewhere quietly enjoying whatever it is I'm doing, return the favor. Y'all see what I'm going with this. Now, scrolling again, jumped over here on Insta, the IG. And I absolutely love this particular gentleman because he is also an empath. He is a poet, a writer, all that good stuff. And I like this one because it really spoke to my spirit because, you know, I got a pet peeve for Karens. I don't like when people try to force me to talk to them, especially if I'm polite, if I hold up a finger or say, you know, one moment, hold please, I'm busy. You're going to continue to force me to stop what I'm doing to address you. That bothers me. It's very disrespectful. Okay, so this little clear girl saw me working with Apollo Puppy. We were working on Stay Put. She came shouting and running across a gas station parking lot that was adjacent to a McDonald's. McDonald's is very busy in the morning breakfast time. I love it because that helps him with his patience, you know. So we're working on that. she comes over wanting to offer him a free cookie. I was like, well, we're working now. He's a service dog. We're trying to get him tightened up here with the obedience. Thank you. No, thank you. So she kept on shouting about how the cookies are free. We offer this for free or whatever like that. And I said, thank you. I put my hands together like, thank you. She kept talking. Right? So I said, ma'am, we're busy. Okay? Thank you. So she looked a little offended, like most Karens do. She turned around and walked away with a fake smile. The whole deal, shebang, bang, boom. Okay? But this is what happens when you disrespect an empath. Some people are so tone deaf and ignorant to energy and reading the room. It shouldn't be, but it's still astoundingly just disgusting to me, because I was raised a certain way, right? And my grandmother was big on decorum, being eloquent, and not pushy, but firm. I don't know how she did it. I'm still working on it. But this is what happened when you disrespect an empath, okay? Whether it is flagrant or subtle. We're gonna talk about this.
Disrespect an empath. You're crossing a line you don't even realize exists. You see, highly empathetic people may seem laid back and letting things go, but do not mistake their silence for acceptance, for they feel the weight of every word, every action, every shift in energy and emotion. And they may give you the benefit of the doubt, and they will try to understand where this disrespect is coming from. Once you cross that line, there's no going back. And an empath wouldn't have to implode or confront you to make a point. They would simply withdraw. And when they pull back, you would feel it. The warmth, the compassion, the empathy, the emotions. All of it would be gone.
And see, that's where I have a problem with Dusty and Stormy and Tisha. Because you want to reap the benefits of my friendship because I have lots of liquid assets to share. I give you a good giggle, and I might entertain your ego or wherever you are lacking in your area of life. Yet at the same token, out the other side of your mouth, you have all these critique for me on how I did you wrong for pulling back up off that toxic energy of you thinking that I'm slow to the beat and you can use me, abuse me, and put me back on the shelf when you're bored. That's disrespectful. Same thing with Demon Face. You don't get to titillate yourself with my energy, and when you feel low, you get to withdraw from my energy to fill up your cup. And when I get keen to and tuned into your pattern, once you show me who you are, I fall back, and then you're mad. And I agree, Henry Stewart. Welcome, Grand Rising. Henry says, I personally see nothing wrong with having a high self-esteem. You must have an ego to block out the haters. Very true. I agree with that. But a lot of people mistake a high self-esteem with some type of, self-inflated negative esteem. Like, you think you're better than me. No, you think you're better than me. Think I'm better than you, rather. I don't think I'm better than anyone. I'm just better than allowing you to siphon my energy and then turn around and stab me in the back over and over again until that's just not gonna happen. Let's keep going.
It's simply because when you disrespect an empath, you are showing them who you truly are. And once they see that, they will adjust accordingly. They'll know how to deal with you. They wouldn't need to fight with you or argue about it or anything. They would just simply cut you off. They'll just stop giving you the pieces of themselves that you clearly do not deserve. And you would be left wondering, how could someone so compassionate walk away so easily? But that's just it. Their compassion isn't a weakness, it's strength. And they know when to stop wasting it on someone who doesn't really value it.
That's perfect. Wasting it, because I feel like people like Melody and many others, they see just when they're wasting time. I know when I'm wasting my time listening to or trying to talk to someone who is tone deaf because they don't really hear. They might be listening, but they don't really hear, right? They might take in what you're saying, but they are determined to misunderstand you, especially as an empath. Some people are just really emotionally immature like that. You know, they can't really grasp what you're saying and understand how you are. And they really don't like your energy that is induced by drawing boundaries and saying, you know what, I've had enough of this. I don't really need to cause a lot of fray. I'm just going to pull back because I'm just not going to sit here and lay down to disrespect.
When you disrespect an empath, you're crossing a line you don't even realize exists. You see, highly empathetic people may seem laid back and letting things go, but do not mistake their silence for acceptance, for they feel the weight of every word, every action, every shift in energy and emotion. And they may give you the benefit of the doubt, and they will try to understand where this disrespect is coming from. Once you cross that line, there's no going back. An empath wouldn't have to implode or confront you to make a point. They would simply withdraw.
Cross me and I'm done. You feel me? As adults, if you don't understand that concept, when someone pulls back, hey, I ain't heard from you. The phone works both ways. It takes 2 seconds to text or call someone and say, hey, what's good, though? You all right? And that's that. People do what they want to do. People remember what's important to them. You know, people commit to where they feel is worth it. You know, some people are on a lower frequency than others. When it comes to that, they think that as long as I'm around, as long as I can benefit from this connection, I'll show up. But if there's no benefit in it, then I'll make all kind of excuses and deflections and reasons why I was not there to support or be totally plugged into you or whatever it is you're working on.
And when they pull back, we feel it. The warmth, the compassion, the empathy, the emotions. All of it will be gone. And that's simply because when you disrespect an empath, you are showing them who you truly are. And once they see that, they will adjust accordingly. They'll know how to deal with you. They will.
And see, that's another thing, you know. I deal with people the way they deal with me. Just like this idiot troll in the comments, he need a little attention. Asked me why I was yapping. You see how comfortable people are with disrespect? And that jackass doesn't even know who he's talking to. He, she, it is dealing with, right? Because I don't have to physically do anything to anybody who blatantly disrespects me. I just pull back, and that is already permanently written in the universe. You just disrespected an empath. How subtle or flagrant, right? And that karma is going to come back around like a boomerang and smack that person right in the back of the head one day. So don't cry when you get a goose egg on the back of your head from karma, because you like to hop from channel to channel, live to live, wherever to wherever, and disrespect people who have done absolutely nothing to deserve said disrespect. Let's go.
They don't need to fight with you or argue about it or anything. They would just simply cut you off. They'll just stop giving you the pieces of themselves that you clearly do not deserve. And you would be left wondering, how could someone so compassionate walk away so easily? But that's just it. Their compassion isn't a weakness, it's strength. And they know when to stop wasting it on someone who doesn't really value it. When you disrespect an empath,
I keep going back in my memory bank to the time where demon face, hot dog neck, ashy ankles, funky loafers, tore his Achilles. And Melody was livid because she had just got confirmation of the paramour. He had not cut her loose. Yet and still, true to her vows, true to her walk with God, true to her principles, morals, and standards, she nursed that fool back to health. She stood by his side through that serious injury. She could have dropped him like a hot potato right on the side of the road with the paramour and let him struggle and go back to his mammy and let her take care of him. But she did not. Melody didn't do that, did she? She waited until he was healed humanely. And what did he do? Took her kindness and compassion as a weakness and thought that he could double down with this moldy coleslaw and continue to taunt and torment her throughout the time that she was trying to regroup and start anew without him. These type of people don't like intelligent, empathic people. They really don't like us. You know, they just want to be connected to that powerful source of energy. Because we naturally kind of know what to do in most cases. And when we're dealing with blithering idiots, you know, we kind of expect there to be some type of disrespect. And a lot of things we give a pass. We're like, you know what? It's not even worth the kerfuffle with this idiot because they really don't know exactly what they're doing. Tone deaf. You know what I'm saying? So this is just, let this be a warning, just a warning and heads up. When you disrespect empathic people, you show who you really are. And this is the problem that I have with Nell Fletcher. I don't think she really understands that she has been showing, just like the rest of them, showing who she really is. That's why I get upset when people use God as a meat shield whenever they get called out. Well, we're going to continue to pray about. No, we're not going to pray about nothing. I am coming to the table with an issue. You're not going to deflect and pivot off of it. I want to know why you said, did XYZ. Can we talk about that? See, empaths, we're not punks. We're not scared of nothing. We preserve our energy accordingly. Certain situations require certain type of maneuvers. It's chess, not checkers. All right? So, watch your mouth. Okay? Be responsible for the energy that you bring. You know, because everybody is not going to take your shit. And just because we may be silent in the face of this disrespect doesn't mean we don't see it. Doesn't mean we're not going to address it. Doesn't mean that it didn't happen just because we didn't indicate said disrespect in that moment. Because I'm the queen of spinning the block on you, especially if it is very vile type of disrespect that needs to be addressed and I cannot get to it in that moment. I'm going to find another way in and you're going to feel me and remember me. Not only am I going to check you, but I'm going to teach you a little something too on the way out the door. And then I'm going to lock and deadbolt that hole so no, you can't get back in. Okay? So just remember that. When you look up and something missing from a person that you used to have around and used to be a regular in your circle and they go poof, remember this. Okay? You may have disrespected an empath. And be careful. Okay? Be careful. Be careful because you know karma spins the block and she's She's a speed demon. Karma got a lead foot these days. Okay? Let's let this rock one more time on the way out the door. I love you. Drink your water. Love yourself. Journal. Unpack. And if they don't want you to talk about it, then they shouldn't have did it. Okay? So I'm sick and tired of people wanting to stifle and silence and gaslight the truth. You know, we're here to deal with the truth. The truth is the only way to be able to unravel the pain and heal the hurt and the scars of what wounded us. Okay? All right, let's let this go. I'm going to be out of here. I love y'all. I love you, love you, love you. Namaste.
You're crossing a line you don't even realize exists. You see, highly empathetic people may seem laid back and letting things go, but do not mistake their silence for acceptance, for they feel the weight of every word, every action, every shift in energy and emotion. And they may give you the benefit of the doubt, and they will try to understand where this disrespect is coming from. Once you cross that line, there's no going back. An empath wouldn't have to implode or confront you to make a point. They would simply withdraw. And when they pull back, you would feel it. The warmth, the compassion, the empathy, the emotions. All of it would be gone. And that's simply because when you disrespect an empath, you are showing them who you truly are. And once they see that, they will adjust accordingly. They'll know how to deal with you. They wouldn't need to fight with you or argue about it or anything. They would just simply cut you off. They'll just stop giving you the pieces of themselves that you clearly do not deserve. And you would be left wondering, how could someone so compassionate walk away so easily? But that's just it. Their compassion isn't a weakness, it's strength. And they know when to stop wasting it on someone who doesn't really value it. When you disrespect an empath, you're crossing a line you don't even realize exists.